And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It is 21st of May, 2026. Hope you are having a good day. Hope you are, whatever you do for Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget what Memorial Day is about. And as always, lots to cover. Serious talk on everything that affects you, the markets, the economy, your job, your industry, artificial intelligence, and your job. Scams, shams, corruption, tariffs, war, all kinds of crap. We'll cover it. And if you do not get this radio show in your city, we shall post it at GaryK.com, also on our X feed, also on the BizTV YouTube channel. And if you'd like to email us, you just be nice, you be respectful, you may disagree. It's okay to disagree, just do it nicely, because we'll do the same. And I must tell you that I received many emails in the past couple of days of me ripping the stuffings out of the president for this bullcrap of I'm suing me and then I'm going to settle with me and then take all that money and do what I want to do with it and give it to crooks that attacked the Capitol. And then I'm going to absolve myself and my family of any investigations going forward. It is the polar opposite of how wonderful I said it was about what he did with the border. The polar opposite, disgusting, corrupt, sleazy, middle finger to you and I. It's our tax dollars. Anyway, not one person who emailed me disagreed. And in fact, quite a few stated that they are Republican and they are pissed off about it. Just letting you know. And I also want to let you know that a bunch of Republican senators were in a meeting today with that attorney general who was just Trump's attorney, and they ripped them a few new ones. The hope is they back away from this bullcrap. Sleazy, slimy, scummy, you name it. And you should see the cast of characters. The cast of characters, the scummiest of scumbags that are already out there wanting millions. And I'm going to let you know, I'm not going to let this one go if it goes through. I am not going to let it go. Next, in no particular order, I wrote a bunch of things down. Nvidia, it was down $4 today, which is only 2%. But why again? Nvidia reports magnificent numbers, and it went down again. My answer, I don't know. I believe this is the third time in a row that Nvidia sold off on earnings. Whatever. No biggie. A few days ago was all-time highs. I stopped asking why. It has that reputation. We'll see how it plays out. Just letting you know on Nvidia, the numbers were great. Numbers were great. Next, I have to bring this up. I think I'm 2 for 8 on my predictions of Trump and things. I believe I was 0 for 3 during tariff time. I kept saying, he's got to get rid of it. He's got to get rid of it. I guess I was 1 for 4 because eventually he finally did get rid of the big tariffs. But I don't think I've done too well with this war. That I thought that he would totally give in. Well, I don't want to use that word. End it a while back. But I'm going to make another prediction. We'll see if I'm right. Just so you know, every day there are rumors that go away, and another rumor goes away, another rumor that goes away. Well, today maybe a rumor stuck because the market was hit all day and reversed. Oil prices were up all day, reversed. There's a story going around that there's a framework between the bad guys and us, and that it's like a 30-day window where, you know, they're going to pause this, that, and this, that, and this, that. I'm just going to guess before Memorial Day and possibly tomorrow, something's going to come out. What exactly, I don't know, but it will be in the vein of better. Something. That would be my silly, stupid guess. Nothing that ends everything, but gets to the strait being open and the harshness of the rhetoric, that type of crap. So that happened today. I believe it was right around 1 o'clock, where the Dow was still down and some news came out. Nobody's verified it, but the Dow went from, hit a low today of, if I can get the Dow up, I can actually tell you what the low was today, was 49,697. It was down 300, right? And it finished up 276. The NASDAQ today at one time was at 26,039. Was down about 240, finished up 22. But the SOX was up 150, even though Nvidia was down 4, because you had some pretty decent moves in other semiconductor names today. Just letting you know. So up 276, up 12 on the S&P, up 22 NASDAQ, up 60 NASDAQ 100. Advanced declines were pretty darn good. Better. And the most important part of the equation is oil prices dropped. Now, if overnight oil prices spike again because nothing gets done, we'll probably open badly tomorrow. We remain in the most freaking news-driven environment ever. Brought to you by a president that is the most news-driven president ever. And that was today. What else stuck out for me today? Well, the government's taking a position in a quantum computer company that has no sales. It was up 30% today. The government is taking a position in another quantum name that has very little sales, but a market cap of $7 billion. That was up 33%. I cannot tell you how that pisses me off. And I hope to not find out that they were insider trading these when I use the term crappy companies, we're not saying they're a crappy company. We're saying they have no sales or very little. That's what we're defining it at. What else? Our government's giving IBM $1 billion for some quantum stuff today. Why does IBM get $1 billion of our dollars? They do $60 billion in revenue. What do they need our money for? IBM today was up How many points today? $28. The stock has been dead, and it was up $28 today, which basically gave, because of IBM, 28 times, about 190 points of the 276. So our government was very active. I hate it. I loathe it. There is nothing I like about it. We'll talk more about that, much more. This is the one only Investor's Edge. So, what do I loathe about all this? Is because you have a government picking winners and losers and handing over our tax dollars to whoever they decide. And we already know that this president has been taking in millions of dollars to pardon people. He's corrupt as can be. And I wonder what kind of things they're negotiating and getting for giving our tax dollars to companies with no sales, or to IBM. There was another one today, and by the way, we don't make any of this up, and we verify everything. No, we really do. You ready for this one? You've heard of R.J. Reynolds, right? They're one of the largest U.S. tobacco companies. I believe they make, Newport, Camel? They donated $5 million to President Trump. Days later, the company executives met with him at Mar-a-Lago, and they were pushing for looser flavored vape regulations. Guess what happened right after? The FDA changed its policies on regulations on flavored vape. You have a corrupt, pay-for-play president. By the way, he does it in plain sight. See these things I'm reporting to you? It's in plain sight. That's the amazing part about it. So who knows who's getting what? All I can tell you, there were two companies with combined sales of hardly any getting our tax dollars in quantum and whatever. IBM getting $1 billion. I don't even know what to say anymore. I want government not to do any of this. I've always had a problem with it. Go away. But with this president and all that crap, ain't gonna happen. Just letting you know. Yeah, we'll see. Trying to find out if any of that stuff was true. Other things going on today. Just want to let you know, I'm always interested in telling you about a stock that's been dead bear market and for whatever reason has a wake-up day. Doesn't mean it changes. Spotify was up $56 today, 13%. It's been in a major downtrend, but they had an investor meeting, and I guess the whoever was there liked it, and it went up. We'll see how it goes. I want to bring that one up. Why? Because they got pretty good numbers. I got no complaints. They got pretty good numbers. Ralph Lauren reported numbers. Now, just so you know, all the retail apparel has been crushed. Ralph Lauren just went from $393 to $320. Well, it was up $45 today on their earnings, which were pretty good. And today, because oil prices dropped, you had a decent day in retail. Nothing big time, but mostly green. And I don't think I have any changes, meaning, it's been the bear market, now it's, but you had a good day. And when oil prices come down, consumer stuff goes up. So retail was up, airlines were up, cruise lines were up, hotels, a couple were up. And that's how it works. Cause and effect, intermarket work. And leave no doubt, oil prices and interest rates drive the bus. And of course, interest rates did better when oil came down, but didn't finish that great. Now, we'll find out overnight if the new rumors are true. I don't know. Don't know. But I'm just thinking my little prediction that something's going to be done. Something's going to be done. And I believe, and politically. Walmart. Ew. Walmart was down $9.50 today, 7%. Big breakdown today. They kind of came out and said the lower income is drowning. And you know how they talk about the wealthy versus... That's what they say, that what's saving the day is the wealthy at Walmart. But I always think, and I should go to Walmart and speak to a manager. How do they know who's wealthy or who's not that shop there? How do they know? Do they poll them? Do they sit there? That's a good question for me to find out the answer. I'm going to do that. Anyway, so Walmart, very bad action, which took Costco down $27. Costco broke out of a beautiful big range and just failed 2 days later. But again, other retail was pretty good. Surprisingly so, with Walmart doing that, but oil prices down. That will do the trick every time. What else? Well, the SanDisk that was pulling back for a few days. The Seagate, Western Digital, Lite, L-I-T-E, that were pulling back. Sienna pulling back for a few days. They jammed to the upside today. They jammed. They had a very good day today. Matter of fact, a pretty darn good day today, may I state for the record. And they're still what I would call in gear. But again, the big story today was rumors and oil prices dropping, which turned the market up. And the frickin' semiconductors, straight down, straight up over a 5-day period. Short-term moves, but down 10%, up 10% in 5 days. It really is stunning to watch. And there's been a couple of new names doing it. ARM Holdings up another $40 today. ARM. This one was laboring, came around a few weeks ago. By the way, their earnings are up 9%, and I must tell you, their guidance isn't that good. But this whole artificial intelligence thing, you make some sort of statement that catches fire, and they just jump all over your frickin' stock, and that's what happened there. The stock, 2 days ago, was 228. It's 298 today. $70 in 2 days on a lagging semiconductor name. Up next, what else stoked today? This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. And just so you know, let me just read this. Here's a stock rising 21% today after announcing a lease agreement with a hyperscaler that previously signed the Delta Forge 1, expanding that relationship. I mean, there's just moves right now. Here's another one that rose 14% after announcing a long-term agreement with another company to deploy fuel cell technology to help power its AI infrastructure build-out. On the other end, Intuit. You've heard of them, right? Excuse me. It's financial software. Down $77 today, 20%. And it was already a crash stock. Software. they're saying that it was a softer tax season performance and all kinds of other things just absolutely blasted. Deere down $29 today, beats by a whopping 85%, but I guess their forecast wasn't so good. Anything else that stood out today? Yeah, that should do it. Just, I have to tell you, there's starting to get a little bit froth, and it's coming from the government injecting themselves into these companies. And again, no sales, and they've done this before, and the stocks got racked. And let me repeat, either you are a capitalist government or a socialist government. Socialism is injecting yourselves into all these companies. Now I hear, oh, but they invested in Intel and it's up a bazillion %. They still should not have invested in Intel. It's none of their frickin' business. Well, the market doesn't give a crap about me, and neither does the government, but we'll keep yapping and we'll see what happens here. Next, have you seen meat prices? I saw the president out talking about prices are down. What the hell is he talking about? Do you know, I do the public shopping here. They have these 6 packs of Hershey bars that used to be $6.99 to now $9.99. My wife used to get this coffee in these packets, or whatever, the little tubes or whatever. I forgot the name of the coffee. Used to be $9.99. It's $14.99. And then the meat. Holy crap. No wonder his poll numbers are terrible. When you go out and say prices are down and people know better, they're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Somebody needs to really get a hold of him because he's doing no favors. They may win all the primaries they want, but they're going to lose their asses when it comes to November. You gotta... and this guy that wants to be the governor of Florida, what's his name, Byron Donalds, was out just BSing. Enough. We get enough of that from the Dems, who are famous for it. Moving on. I just had to bring up meat prices because dang. The National Oceanic whatever, they are saying that hurricane season will be below normal because of something called El Nino. My problem with that is last year they said it was going to be a big hurricane season. It was nothing. I don't trust any of that. And as you know, we here in Florida are pretty much in the crosshairs. So we watch that very, very closely. Rounding back to Walmart, they said fuel prices and costs are squeezing their bottom line. And they said if that doesn't get fixed, they expect a downturn in the economy. And I would tend to agree. That's why I think this whole thing with Iran, I gotta believe there's some smart economists in the ear of the administration, because I don't think you go another 2 or 3 months with oil prices up here and yields up here. I don't know if you saw mortgage rates. Oh, they're going higher. So stay tuned. We'll be on it, but a very nice comeback today directly because oil prices tanked on rumors that something may be getting done. Not an end, but maybe a bridge to get to the end of what we are seeing. That was the big stuff today. Few other things. Banks acting better. Morgan Stanley breaks out to a new high. Goldman was up big early, then down, and then when the market bounced, it finished up. That's at the tips, so that's okay. Anything else stuck out? Housing was a little better today. Interest rates oil prices come down. That helps a little bit. We'll see. But I'm noticing to my left, all the froth was up today. Why? Our government. Seriously. They're injecting themselves into a bunch of frothy areas. Okay. Who am I to argue? We're pretty much past earnings season. Earnings have been good. I keep hearing from pundits that, they're unbelievably... No, they're not unbelievably good. You have a few that are unbelievably good and making the numbers bigger than they would be. You got some of this AI stuff with 500% earnings growth. One with 1,000%. That goes into the equation. I got 8 people emailing me, is Nvidia buy? I'd probably let it settle down. Maybe it drops back to 210. Close at 219 and change. And be nothing wrong. And again, earnings up 80 something. It's amazing. What a story. In case you don't know, it used to be chips for, gaming? A big wow. I got a bunch of emails from you guys trying to explain artificial intelligence to me after my plea yesterday. I got one real good one. Gary, you want to learn artificial intelligence? Go ask artificial intelligence. That was a good one. Thanks. I'm doing the best I can on it. I really want to become a genius when it comes to artificial intelligence. I'm being told it has taken over the world by some very smart people. I'm not going to argue with them. So, just so you know, parents, have your kids study it. It may be, maybe not, the shape of things to come. As I have said to you, I'm reading things about what it can possibly do, what it will do. I saw somebody that said, was it Elon Musk who said that we're not going to need to even work anymore? Somebody said that. I think Elon Musk said something about a chip will be implanted in our head. No, not kidding. Yeah, you let the chip get in your head. Not Gary. But again, I'm spending a half hour every night just going through it, trying to understand it, where it's going. I'm trying to understand which companies. I'll figure it out one day. Up next, this, that, and the other thing. This is the one only Investor's Edge. Duh. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. Thanks for being with us today. Avoids. You know what continues to be a big avoid in this market? Chinese stocks. Alibaba, Baidu, JD. If you go look at the FXI, symbol FXI, one of the main ETFs, looks like a horror show. And even worse are there what they call their internet ETFs, KWEB and CWEB, brutal bear markets. I'm also noticing some of the foreign market ETFs getting in some pretty good trouble. I don't know what's happening in Turkey. I do know their currency continues to head south. Turkey, TUR, crumbles today 9%. For instance, the German DAX, not acting very well. Argentina, not acting very well. Australia, not acting very well. How about South Africa? Yes, we look at South Africa too. Not acting very well. So some of the foreign markets, the big strength has been South Korea, Taiwan, because they're very much intertwined with this artificial intelligence, semiconductor, and all that crap stuff. EWY, EWT. No, we are not telling you to buy, sell, or short or cover. We're just letting you know that's where the strength has been and continues to be on a relative basis. Small and mid caps, we're heading south again, but the lower oil prices got the small caps at least today bounce up. I've had no luck with them. I'm so tired of buying small caps. My last foray into it, I made a little money. I just have no luck with the small caps. And they refuse to go with... If you go back 1 year, it's had a bull market, but compared to everything else, very tough to play the Russell. Maybe one day. Gold and silver, ain't nothing going on right now. And if you remember back early February when it had the climactic move, our exact words were, typically a climactic move, it is going to be a long while before the highs get taken out. And that's exactly what happened. Just a classic climactic move after a big run that ends the bull run for now. Does not mean down the road, does not mean it starts rifling up in a day or two. It's now been a good 1, 2, 3, 4 months of ick, especially the silver. And it goes for the mining companies also, for the most part. Just think, if you own it, you're okay. I wouldn't do any buying in them. The big story remains semiconductors, data, storage, memory, construction of the data centers, and some of this other stuff that I'm learning about right now. Yeah, I'm still learning. And then I'll retire. New high list picked up a little bit today. There's still plenty of new lows, which is amazing. Again, if with all these rumors out, nothing happens in the next 2-3 days, I wonder if we're heading right back down. My prediction is something's going to happen. I don't think the president can afford to have oil prices where they are much longer. I don't know if you know this, and again, this is not a rib, we're just reporting the news. His poll number is pretty much the worst the president's ever had. And I'm not one that believes in polls, but when they hit extremes, I think they matter. And of course, I look at the type of polls they do. I remember they came out with polls, and it turns out 78% of the people that were polled were Democrats. How the hell is that going to help anybody? It should be even Steven. Still plenty of areas not in good shape. They remain avoids. If they change, we'll let you know. Housing is bouncing, downtrends. Restaurants, little bounce today, downtrends. Airlines, better bounce. Delta may break out to the all-time to yearly highs, but the rest, downtrends. Cruise lines, downtrends. Hospitals, downtrends. A ton of medical, downtrends. That's how we rule the roost. And of course, if things change, we deal with it. But again, the story is semiconductors, AI, and kind of anything that has to do with it. And they were getting hit until 2 days ago, midday. Reversed. Good day yesterday and another good day today. And the NASDAQ was only up 22. But SanDisk was up about 10%. Light was up 10%. Those are some of the better ones. But others were up 2, 3, 4%. And that's that. The Knicks tonight, game 2. You know what I'll be doing. You have a great evening. Drive carefully. And when you get home, do like we do. Quite simple. Make sure you hug your family. Hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better. I promise. Stay well. Be well. Have a great night all. Go Knicks. Good night.